Pokémon is a franchise we're all pretty familiar with at this point. Spanning across 20 years and now 7 generations of games, it's undoubtedly one of the more established series in gaming history, as well as one that longtime fans hold close to their hearts, myself included. With all this in mind, it's safe to say that people love them some Pokémon. However, in recent years the franchise has come under fire, mostly from the fact that fans feel the series has grown to be a bit too formulaic, which is completely understandable. When you pick up a new Pokemon game, you almost always know what to expect. You catch Pokemon, collect badges, challenge the Elite Four, and ultimately become the very best like no one ever was. It's a structure that works well, but after 20 years of largely the same design, it's easy to see why some fans and critics alike feel left wanting more. Breaking the mold on nearly every front, Pokémon Sun and Moon aim to blow fans' expectations out of the water and change what it truly means to be a Pokémon game. There's absolutely a lot of big and ambitious ideas at play here. The only question is, do Sun and Moon deliver on those ideas, or do they turn out a low lawful? Pokémon Sun and Moon take place in the beautiful region of Alola. I mean, we are on tropical islands after all. Arguably the most inspired Pokémon region to date, Alola features 4 islands, all with their own unique personalities and landscapes that give each of them their own distinct feel. Time and time again, I found myself gazing in awe at my surroundings, simply because of how effortlessly the game is able to capture that tropical setting and make Alola feel like a real place. Just by walking around some of the towns in Sun and Moon, you'll notice that NPCs and Pokemon alike are much more involved with the scenes around them than ever before. Ranging everywhere from catching a tan on the beach to working as a hotel assistant, each character feels like they have a purpose and aren't just there to fill in space. In addition to being more involved, characters show a lot more emotion as well. Whether it be from their dialogue or certain mannerisms, all of these things greatly attribute to the believability of the world the games are set in. Perhaps the biggest and most crucial change in Sun and Moon comes in the form of the Island Challenge. Rather than powering through a string of gyms like past games, you actually embark on a wide variety of challenges known as trials. Trials can take the form of traditional battles as well as non-combat missions. For example, one trial had me scouring through a forest collecting ingredients for a traditional meal, while another had me investigating a disturbance in the waters of a local lake. After completing all of the trials on an island, the player takes on that island's kahuna, granting them passage to the next island and further progressing them through the Island Challenge. It's an approach that works very well, and it does a lot to make the game feel less segmented and just as natural as the environment surrounding it. Another factor that plays into the game's near 40-hour completion time is the story, which is quite possibly the most engaging the series has ever seen. Throughout the course of my first playthrough, I found myself itching to progress as fast as I could so that I could see just what would happen next in the game's story. That's not to say that the plot is perfect, as there are certainly some points that don't feel quite as impactful as they could, but these end up almost being a non-issue since the game doesn't take itself too seriously, oftentimes poking fun at itself, which is an approach that I can definitely appreciate. Of course, as sure as the sun will rise, another one of the core components of Sun and Moon are going to be the battles themselves, which have also seen some significant additions, the first being Z-moves. In addition to drastically increasing a move's power, Z moves add an extra degree of flashiness to battles, making them feel more intense and involved than ever before. Speaking of feeling involved, trainers also appear in battles as well, standing on the back lines and issuing commands to their Pokémon as battles progress, which is something that I've been waiting years for. This experience feels even more personal to the player due to the fact that trainer customization makes a return to the series, with not only more clothing options, but even more slots for customization as well. I can even change my socks! How cool is that? After 20 years of constant, albeit slow evolution, the Pokémon franchise gets a small reimagining with the release of Sun and Moon. The games do a lot to switch up the formula and in the process improve on their predecessors in almost every way. Fantastic art direction, a captivating story, and the fascinating new environments of Alola do a lot to make Pokémon Sun and Moon the best on the platform and quite possibly the best of the series. At the end of the day, Pokémon Sun and Moon bring forth a generation that fans are going to love to the moon and back. Hey there fellow Pokemon trainers, and thanks for watching my review of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Like what you saw? Leave a like on this video or check out a playlist featuring every video review I've ever done for the channel right here on the screen in this annotation or in the description down below. Are you hyped for Sun and Moon as much as I've been? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. And of course, as always, I'm alecandstuff, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!